Albert Einstein, The Mind That Changed the Universe. Chapter 1. A Different Kind of Child. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in the small city of Ulm, Germany. From the very beginning, there was something different about him. As a child, Albert spoke very late. His parents worried that he might have learning problems. Teachers described him as slow, dreamy, and unfocused. No one imagined that this quiet boy would one day change how humanity understands the universe. Albert didn't enjoy traditional school. He hated memorization and strict discipline. Instead, he loved asking questions, deep questions. Why does a compass needle move? What is light? How does time work? These questions fascinated him far more than exams or grades. At home, Albert found inspiration. His uncle introduced him to algebra, which he called a magic tool. A simple compass his father gave him sparked a lifelong curiosity about invisible forces. Even as a child, Albert felt that the universe was hiding secrets, and he wanted to uncover them. Chapter 2. School Struggles and a Love for Ideas. Albert's school years were difficult. The rigid German education system did not suit him. He clashed with teachers, questioned authority, and often felt bored. One teacher famously told him he would never amount to anything. But outside the classroom, Albert thrived. He read philosophy, science books, and played the violin, a passion that stayed with him for life. Music helped him think. Many of his best ideas came to him while playing or imagining music. Eventually, Albert left Germany and moved to Switzerland, where the education system was more open. He enrolled at the Swiss Federal Polytechnic in Zurich to study physics and mathematics. Even there, he wasn't a perfect student. He skipped classes and relied on friends' notes, but when it came to understanding ideas deeply, few could match him. Chapter 3. The Patent Office Years. After graduating, Albert struggled to find a teaching job. Professors didn't recommend him, and universities rejected his applications. Eventually, he took a job as a clerk at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern. It may sound ordinary, but this job changed everything. At the patent office, Albert examined inventions and technical designs. The work was steady and predictable, leaving his mind free to wander. In his spare time, he thought about light, space, time, and motion. He formed a small discussion group with friends, jokingly called the Olympia Academy, where they debated science and philosophy. Albert later called this period the happiest of his life. He was unknown, underpaid, and completely free to think. Chapter 4. The Miracle Year. In 1905, something extraordinary happened. At just 26 years old, Albert Einstein published 4 scientific papers that would change physics forever. This year became known as his Annus Mirabilis, or Miracle Year. One paper explained the photoelectric effect, showing that light can behave like particles. Another proved the existence of atoms. A third introduced the special theory of relativity, challenging the idea that time and space are fixed. And the fourth produced the most famous equation in history, E equals mc squared. This simple formula revealed that energy and mass are interchangeable. It would later help explain nuclear energy and atomic bombs. At the time, few people noticed. Albert was still a patent clerk. But slowly, scientists around the world realized something revolutionary had arrived. Chapter 5. Fame and the Theory of Relativity. Einstein's ideas began to spread. Universities invited him to teach. His reputation grew rapidly, especially after he developed the general theory of relativity in 1915. This theory explained gravity not as a force, but as the bending of space and time caused by massive objects. It was complex, bold, and beautiful. In 1919, a solar eclipse provided proof. Scientists observed that light from distant stars bent around the sun exactly as Einstein predicted. Overnight, Albert Einstein became a global celebrity. Newspapers called him a genius. His face appeared everywhere. People didn't understand his equations, but they sensed something historic. Einstein had rewritten the rules of the universe. Chapter 6. A Scientist in a Troubled World. Fame did not bring peace. Europe was unstable. World War I had just ended, and political tensions were rising. As a Jewish scientist in Germany, Einstein faced growing hostility. He was a committed pacifist and spoke openly against war and nationalism. His views made him enemies. When Adolf Hitler rose to power in the 1930s, Einstein knew he was no longer safe. In 1933, Albert Einstein left Germany forever and moved to the United States. He accepted a position at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey. He would never return to his homeland. Chapter 7. Einstein and the Atomic Age. Einstein strongly believed science should serve humanity, not destroy it. But history forced him into a painful dilemma. In 1939, Einstein signed a letter to U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt, warning that Nazi Germany might develop an atomic bomb. This letter helped start the Manhattan Project. Although Einstein did not work on the bomb himself, its creation deeply troubled him. When atomic bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945, he felt regret. Einstein later became one of the strongest voices against nuclear weapons. He warned that humanity now had the power to destroy itself and urged global cooperation and peace. Chapter 8. The Philosopher-Scientist. In his later years, Einstein became more than a physicist. He was a public thinker, a philosopher of science and humanity. He spoke about education, creativity, religion, and ethics. He believed imagination was more important than knowledge. He valued curiosity over obedience. He rejected blind authority and encouraged independent thought. Einstein also worked tirelessly on a dream he never achieved: a unified field theory, a single theory that would explain all forces of nature. Despite decades of effort, he never completed it. But failure never discouraged him. To Einstein, the joy was in the search. Chapter 9. The Man Behind the Genius. Despite his fame, Einstein lived simply. He disliked formal clothes, often skipped socks, and preferred quiet walks to luxury. He loved sailing, music, and long conversations. He was warm, humorous, and deeply human. He made mistakes, struggled in relationships, and experienced loneliness. Yet he never lost his sense of wonder. Einstein once said, "The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious." That sense of mystery guided his entire life. Chapter 10. A Legacy That Lives Forever. Albert Einstein died on April 18, 1955, at the age of 76. But his ideas are more alive than ever. His theories power GPS systems, modern physics, space exploration, and our understanding of the cosmos. His image has become a symbol of genius, curiosity, and creative thinking. More importantly, Einstein showed the world that questioning the obvious can change everything. He wasn't the best student. He wasn't the most obedient. But he dared to imagine differently. And in doing so, he changed the universe.